Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, ARCT just filed a Form 8K reporting on their annual stockholder meeting results, and I am seeing some interesting takeaways about shareholder confidence. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. It looks like the company had a successful meeting with strong support for their board and auditor, but the executive compensation vote warrants a closer look. Arcturus Therapeutics Holdings Incorporated, a biotechnology company focused on developing innovative medicines, filed this report on the 5th of June 2026. This document is essentially a public announcement of important events that have happened with the company. Think of it as a bulletin board for investors. The main event here is their 2026 annual meeting of stockholders, which took place on the 5th of June 2026. It is where shareholders get to vote on key company decisions. The company's stock, which trades under the symbol ARCT on the Nasdaq exchange, had 28,423,069 shares eligible to vote. That is a pretty good number of shares outstanding. This section is the core of the filing. It details exactly what was voted on and how. The company presented three major proposals to its shareholders. So, at this meeting, shareholders were asked to vote on electing directors, approving executive pay, and ratifying the company's auditor. It is standard procedure for publicly traded companies. The first big vote was to elect a slate of directors. This is super important because these are the people who will guide the company's strategy and oversee its operations for the next year. The nominees included Dr. Peter Farrell, Joseph E. Payne, James Barlow, Dr. Edward W. Holmes, Dr. Magda Marquet, Dr. Jing L. Marantz, Dr. John Markles, and Dr. Muntz of Sloughy. And the good news for Arcturus is that all 8 nominees were elected to the board of directors. This shows pretty strong confidence from the shareholders in the current leadership team and their vision. For example, Dr. Peter Farrell received 156,41369 votes in favour, with only 116,895 withhold votes. That is a landslide. This generally means the shareholders are happy with the direction the company is heading and trust these individuals to make good decisions. When a company has a stable and approved board, it can lead to more consistent execution of its business plans. Next up was proposal number 2, a non-binding advisory vote on executive compensation, often called Say on Pay. This gives shareholders a chance to voice their opinion on how much the top executives are being paid. Here is where it gets a little more nuanced. While the proposal for executive compensation was approved, the vote wasn't as overwhelmingly positive as the director elections. Out of 21,435,089 shares that voted 1525424 were in favour. But there were also 327,647 against and 176,375 abstentions. So while it passed, a noticeable number of shareholders felt the compensation was too high or not justified. This often signals that investors are keeping a close eye on how their money is being spent and expect clear performance to back up high executive pay. It is a signal that management needs to deliver tangible results to maintain shareholder goodwill on this front. Finally, proposal number 3 was to ratify the appointment of Deloitte and Touchy LLP as the company's independent registered public accounting firm for the fiscal year ending the 31st of December 2026. This is basically a shareholder stamp of approval on who is auditing the company's books. And this one passed with flying colours. The vote was overwhelmingly in favour, with 21,378,017 for and only 46,823 against. This indicates strong shareholder trust in Deloitte, which is crucial for financial transparency and investor confidence. When investors see a respected auditor in place, it can alleviate concerns about the accuracy of financial reporting. Looking at this filing in the broader context of Arcturus Therapeutics, we know they are in the competitive biotechnology space. Recent headlines showed that analysts are looking at their pipeline assets, and major institutional investors like Federated Hermes and ARK Investment Management hold significant stakes. The strong support for the board indicates stability, which is vital for a company navigating the complex and often long development cycles in biotech. However, the Say on Pay vote, while it passed, shows a segment of shareholders who are watching executive compensation closely and expect strong performance to match. It is a reminder that while scientific innovation is key, financial accountability and shareholder alignment are just as critical for long-term success. In my opinion, Arcturus is showing solid governance with the widespread board approval. The company's direction seems to be supported by its shareholders. The risk I am watching is the subtle descent on executive pay. It's a signal to keep an eye on future performance and how management responds to shareholder scrutiny. What I am actually looking for is continued pipeline progress and clear evidence that strategic investments are translating into sustainable growth. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. If you found this breakdown valuable, please like and subscribe for more. Join our Discord in the description.